At exactly midnight, a shift occurred that no scientist could have predicted. It wasn't a tectonic plate moving or a solar flare, it was a simple, collective haptic buzz. Across every continent, the silence of the night was broken by the activation of 1 billion screens. Marlowe the raccoon, huddled in a hollow log, woke up to find his world illuminated by a cold, blue light. A mysterious, glowing rectangle lay in the dirt beside him, humming with an energy that felt intentional. The phenomenon was absolute. From the deepest, darkest trenches of the Pacific to the highest, thinnest air of the Himalayas, every living creature found themselves staring at the same object. The exact same question echoed through the collective consciousness of the wild. What is this, and why is it vibrating? Marlowe, ever the opportunist, was the first to act. Raccoons are built for investigation. Their paws evolved to solve puzzles. He didn't rush in. He used a crooked stick to poke at the glowing glass, ready to retreat at the first sign of a bite. He was our first pioneer in the digital frontier. But then, the investigation took a terrifying turn. Marlowe tossed the stick aside. He didn't fumble. He didn't hesitate. He reached out with a dexterous paw and performed a perfect fluid swipe. He didn't need a manual, a tutorial, or a tech support line. He already knew how to unlock the future. As the Earth turned away from the stars and toward the morning sun, it began to twinkle with a new kind of light. Billions of home screens were powering on simultaneously, creating a global grid of data that pulsed like a planetary heartbeat. The dark side of the world was suddenly online. Survival has always been the primary objective of nature. But by hour 4, that changed. Documentation became the new instinct. Pixel. The cat was among the first to realize that the little black circle at the top of the phone was a window. She didn't look for prey. She looked at herself. The internet was not ready. By 5 a.m., the cloud was overwhelmed by 1 trillion gigabytes of chaotic animal media. Millions of blurry whiskers, extreme close-ups of wet noses, and shaky tail shots flooded every server on Earth. It was the largest accidental art gallery in history, and it was entirely out of focus. High above, the birds were repurposing their migration routes. Why fly for thousands of miles in silence when you can live stream the entire journey? Every flock became a high-definition aerial network, broadcasting 4K views of the planet that humans had only ever seen through satellites. In the abyss, the dolphins discovered the FaceTime of the deep. The ocean, once a place of sonar and clicks, became a symphony of video call notifications. Pods connected across entire continents, sharing footage of shipwrecks and coral reefs in real time. But the most terrifying efficiency came from the smallest users. Ants, whose colonies already functioned like a biological hive mind, found the ultimate tool. By lunchtime, they had built a group chat with 1 billion members. No emojis, no fluff. Just a terrifyingly organized digital army. The iconic howl of the wolf, a sound that has chilled the human heart for eons, simply stopped. Why waste the breath and expose your position to the moon when you can just drop a pin for the pack? Coordination was now silent, digital, and incredibly effective. In the sanctuaries and jungles, our closest relatives discovered the dopamine hit of the algorithm. Primates didn't just use the phones, they wanted to be famous. Every troop became a production studio, with every monkey chasing the next viral dance and the next 10 million likes. The crows, the intellectuals of the sky, turned the phones back on us. They perched on the wires, recording every human mistake, every trip, and every awkward moment. The hashtag #HumanStupidity hashtag began trending worldwide, curated by birds who finally had the proof they needed. Of course, for some, the digital age moved a little too fast. Zeno the sloth had been trying to type a single hello since sunrise. Pause. He's currently halfway through the E. He'll likely finish the word by the time the next full moon rises. In Antarctica, the frustration was palpable. The penguins had the hardware, they had the curiosity, but they were stuck in the ultimate dead zone. Standing in the vast white void, they held their phones to the sky, waiting for a single bar of signal that never came. Humans only noticed when the digital world began to tilt. Millions of brand new social media accounts appeared out of nowhere. At StinkBugOfficial was out-trending pop stars, and at Golden Retriever 99 was becoming the most influential lifestyle blogger on the planet. Governments scrambled. Scientists demanded to know who provided the Wi-Fi. Was it aliens? Was it a secret experiment? But while the experts panicked, the animals remained unbothered. They weren't looking for answers. They were looking for engagement. The internet was no longer a human achievement. It had evolved into a planetary nervous system, a literal worldwide web that connected every fin, wing, and paw into a single, chaotic, and incredibly loud conversation. As the sun set on the first day, Marlowe lay back, exhausted but wired. The silence of the wild was gone, replaced by the relentless buzz of notifications. He didn't care about the science or the philosophy. He was just waiting for the next like to pop up on his screen. The first 24 hours were over. The world had been permanently rewired. But as the sun rises on day 2, it's clear that the animals are no longer just using the internet. They're starting to run it. And the squirrels? Well, the squirrels are just getting started.